course I know about the Barclays. Be happy to cash a draft of theirs anytime. Although it's hard to imagine the Barclays being in need of such a piddling sum as this.
I guess they ran a little short.
Yes, I guess so. Well, you just tell them to feel free to call on me anytime. And please, present my respects to them. Now, what do you suppose the Barclays are doing in Mineral Springs?
Oh, just passing through, probably.
Yes, well, I hope so.
How they doing, Pa?
Quietest business we've ever had.
They sure are nice folks.
Seem to be.
Do they have to stay in jail, Pa?
Well, seeing as how we're holding their buggy.
They couldn't get very far. I mean, it doesn't seem right to keep them cooped up.
You're sweet and thoughtful, Janie. Just like your ma.
You're very quiet.
I'm planning a jailbreak.
Wrong file.
The money come?
Not yet. But we're letting you out till it arrives.
Well, this sudden trust in us is very touching.
Now, Janie here thought you'd been cooped up a little too long.
Oh, aren't you afraid we'll try to run away?
No, we ain't. We got your buggy, you know.
And I'm not much of a runner on an empty stomach.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
Oh, I'd be glad to fix you some lunch. No charge.
Oh, that's very kind of you, but do you mind if I fix the lunch?
Oh, you don't want to bother?
oh, yes, she does. Why don't you just come along and join us? This newspaper is 2 weeks old. How often do you get deliveries here?
Whenever someone passing through leaves one behind. Lunch will be ready in a minute. It smells marvelous.
Sure does. She's a good cook.
I suppose you'll be leaving when Pete comes back with the money.
That's right. Unless, of course, your father, the judge, finds another one of those little laws in that book of his.
He won't. Your mother's nice.
Runs in the family.
I don't suppose you could stay a while.
Oh, Janie, I'm afraid this town is just a little too rich for our blood. Sit down a minute. Tell me something. Why does a pretty girl like you stay here?
It's my home. It's my papa's home. And it was a nice place.
Here we are.
Well, this
Thank you.
is like a party.
Now,
This is good. I wish I could cook. My mama died when I was a baby, and Papa didn't know how to teach me. It's so unfair to Joe, me working in the kitchen.
why do you?
I'm about all that's available.
Well, where is everybody?
Moved away mostly.
Why?
I guess there's no point in pretending. The town is dying. Nobody even comes through here anymore.
Well, I can't say that I blame them.
Oh, but it wasn't always like this. See, Grandpa started this town, and Papa helped build it. And it was a nice place. There was almost 500 people that lived around here once. I mean, good people. Farming and ranching and running small businesses and building futures. Now, there's less than 100.
What happened?
That Ed Crawford put his hands around this town's throat and squeezed.
Well, it seems to me to take a pretty big pair of hands to do that.
Well, he did it. He built a brand new road through Brazzo and gradually got all the traffic from here. Then he set up twice-a-day stagecoach service and once-a-day freight wagons. And our stages only ran 3 times a week and our freight wagons once a week. And we couldn't compete. And eventually all the people moved to Brazzo where things were booming. Now we're just doing what we can to hang on.
Janie, you mean that you're trying to support this town by bilking unsuspecting travelers like us?
And we hate it, but we have to do something. We have to pay for the school books for the kids and pay for a part-time school teacher and try to keep a doctor in town and repairs and that detour sign. That was my idea. I guess it's terrible, but we just had to get the people through here somehow.
Well, you can't keep on doing that forever.
Maybe not. But we're just not going to let that Ed Crawford kill our town without a fight. At least we're trying.
Well, Pete's back. Your fine is paid, and here's your change.
Good.
And your buggy's outside, and you're free to go anytime you want. All right. Something smells good.
Well, Mrs. Barkley's a wonderful cook.
Hey, couple riders coming in.
I better get Joe.
I gotta get things ready. Thank you for the nice lunch.
Well, shall we? Horse hitching, $4.
Ferns are our friends. $1 for bread and butter. I wish Audra and Heath were here for this.
Not that funny, Nick.
Of course it isn't. $148 to stay overnight. Who's running the town? The Dalton gang?
They're really very decent people.
Of course they are. When are you going back for another visit?
Couple of days?
What for? To finish reading Birds of North America?
Nope, we're going into business there. Stagecoach line and a freight service. From Mineral Springs all the way through the valley to Stockton.
You're not serious.
He is serious.
Oh, well, now, come on, Jared. Just because you feel sorry for her.
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with that. We talked it over all the way back, and it makes sense.
All right. Now, wait a minute. Whoa. What kind of a deal did you make with it?
Oh, well, they don't know anything about it yet.
We may be gone a couple of weeks.
We? Well, why do you have to go along?
Oh, I don't have to. I want to. Maybe I can help. Have you forgotten? I used to help my family run a freight service. Matter of fact, that's how I met your father. And it sure brought me good luck. With my experience, maybe I can bring them some good luck.
Mother, you sure are something.
Yes. Aren't I, though?
I don't understand. Those wagons got our name on them.
Why not? We're partners.
That don't seem right, Miss Barkley. We can't even pay our share of the costs.
You'll pay your share by the work you do and the facilities you provide at this end. Hey, see that old empty store over there? Make a great depot.
Why would you want to help us?
It's a business venture. And if we're successful, it will be good for you, us, and the whole valley.
Makes a lot of sense, Ben.
We in business, partner? That's gonna look just fine, Lou. How you doing with those schedules?
Well, I've got the one worked out from Mineral Springs to Stockton, but not the one from Stockton to Mineral Springs.
Well, what's the problem? You just reverse them.
Have you forgotten that long hill 7 miles out of Stockton?
Well, what about it?
Well, it doesn't much matter going down the hill. But going up in the heat of midday, well, it's slow and tiring for the horses, uncomfortable for the passengers. What I'm trying to work out is a schedule that will get the freights and stages up the hill in the cool of mid-morning or late afternoon.
You know, that Nick is right for once. You really are something. That it? That's it.
Evening, Ben.
Evening.
Coffee, Papa? What's wrong?
Evening stage just came in. No passengers again. Been in business a week and only had 5 passengers all that time. The freight we've been hauling won't even pay for the horse's feed. We can't go on like this, Miss Barkley, letting you pay everybody's salaries with nothing to show for it.
Well, we're not complaining. Why should you?
Just don't seem right.
Ben, people are used to doing business in Bratzo. Give them time. They'll come to us.
But will they?
Sure they will, and starting tomorrow.
Seems to me you're building up a lot of rash hopes, Miss Barkley.
Oh, I don't think so. When the morning stage leaves for Stockton, if there are no paying customers, we'll fill it with non-paying townspeople, and we'll fill the freights with empty boxes.
Well, I don't understand. What good's that going to do?
Well, when people see our freights and stages going through loaded, they'll start coming to us. Business attracts business, and illusion becomes a fact.
That sounds kind of crazy. Jared like the idea?
Uh-huh. He's out now looking for non-paying customers.